What's up, everybody? It's Anthony McLeon from Unapologetically Him Podcast. Today, I'm with my guest, Mike from California, currently residing in Texas. And today, we're talking about child support. What's good with you, Mike?
Nothing much, man.
Chilling?
Chilling, another day out here.
That's what's up. How the weather out there?
Humid, hot and humid.
Hot and humid. I hear you.
Hot and
I hear
humid.
you. But look, we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get right into it. What's going on with your situation?
So I haven't seen my daughter in about 5 years since like COVID started.
Wow.
Everything was good before that. I used to see my daughter regularly every other weekend. Before that, it was even worse. I only had like from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday, and I would have to take her back to her mom. Same thing on a Sunday.
Right.
We did have a pretty nasty divorce.
Oh.
Yes, we were married. Yes. I was with her for about 12 years, married for 2. Things started getting a little rocky towards the end. After we got married, it's like you start living with them, they start changing a little bit, they start getting wild. And
what's your definition of wild?
Man, calling the cops, domestic disputes, the cops showing up to the pad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I want to say we had the police called like 3 or 4 times when we were living together.
Okay.
The third time the cop showed up and he told me, he's like, if I come back here, I'm going to arrest you.
Right.
And I was like, cool. I try to keep it cool, for my daughter's sake. Like I grew up without a dad. So
yeah, you and me both.
Was trying to be, I was trying to fill that void in, trying to, I guess, break the cycle is what they say. And the thing is, I know how easy it is to get incarcerated. Like, it's simple.
It's harder to keep your freedom.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Especially when you're dealing with somebody that's like willing to throw dirt on your name and just make allegations that never happened. Right. The last time the cop showed up, I was asleep. She wakes up. I guess she saw something on my phone. Woke me up with the nice right hook to the face.
Oh, wow.
I get
she
up.
Punched on you?
Punch me, bro. Punch me. I get up, trying to get out the house. I'm like, you know what? I already know. We lived in an apartment. It was like 2 a.m. She's screaming. I'm like, man, maybe it's time for me to get up out of here because I already know people heard it. I get up, trying to grab my stuff. She jumps on me, bit me on the back. I'm like, cool. I'm like, whatever. I get out the house. By the time I got in the car and pulled out the driveway, cops were already there, blocked me in. Next thing you know, I get the whole throw the keys out the car, hands out the window, everything. At the time I was 27, 28. So this was about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I still remember it vividly because I was like, man, I'm going to jail. This is it,
This was after the cops told you for the third time they don't want to come back to the residence?
Yes. So this was this was the fourth time.
The fourth time, okay.
This was the fourth time. And the crazy thing about it was it was the other 2 times, the first and the third time were the same cop. I forget the dude's name, but I remember him. It was the same cop. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Right. I did the whole thing, they pat me down, told me to sit down, whatever. Right. I'm sitting there waiting. Little did I know she had already called the cops by the time I was getting out. So she told him the whole spill, right? She told him she bit me. She told him all that. I didn't know this. So as I'm sitting there, the cop's like, hey man, lift up your shirt. I'm thinking at the time I looked a little, I guess you could say gang related, bald head, white tee, baggy pants, the whole
right.
part. I'm thinking he's looking for tattoos. I don't have any tattoos. So I lifted my shirt.
Yeah, me either.
I turned around and I guess he saw the bite mark.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, damn, what happened to you? I was like, what? And that's when I remembered. I was like, oh, damn, she had bit me. So I was like, oh, nothing. And I put my shirt back down. And next thing you know, I hear him calling for stuff, calling for a camera. I don't know what he was calling for, but he was like starting to do his little investigation. I was like, hey man, look, I don't want to press charges. I just want to go
Right.
home. I just want to get up out of here. You know, I got work in a couple hours and I need to show up. I can't, you know.
Exactly.
20 minutes later, 2 female cops show up, go in the house, they cuff her up and they take her in for what is it, domestic
Yeah,
violence?
DV.
Yes,
So she
sir.
caught a
And
DV.
they ended up, she called the DV.
Is that her? That's not her first time putting her hands on you.
No, man. If you only knew, it was there's been a couple times where I remember one time I was on the freeway, we were on our way to Disneyland, bro. Got into an argument over some, I can't even remember what it was, and bink, I get a little, and I'm driving doing 80 on the freeway, and I get socked on the side of the head, like, oh, I'm
What
like,
the?
yo, what are you
Were
doing?
the
You
kids
know?
in the car?
Yeah, my daughter was in the back seat.
And y'all
My
on
daughter
your
was
way
in
to Disneyland.
on our way to Disneyland, man, and she just clocked me, and I just, you know, trying to keep the car
Well, all
straight.
this. I mean, was she had a rough life?
Nah, man, she's like, I don't really want to put her business out there, but let's just say she was from Beverly Hills.
Oh, Beverly Hills. Beverly.
So,
Women from Beverly Hills are wild.
uh, certain demographic, I guess you could say. I don't want
Right.
to,
Right.
you
I
know,
got you.
I don't want to, you know. So,
The kids. What she's. You said it's been since the pandemic since you seen
COVID.
your daughter.
Yeah. So like COVID started, you know, everybody started panicking, which is understandable, you
Right.
know. She was like, my daughter, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know everything too much about the background, but my daughter was scared, which at the time she was about 10,
Okay.
maybe eight, 9 or 10. And she said, oh no, she was actually like 12, 11, like 11, 12. She just turned 18 this month. So I got like 4 or 5 days left of child support, which is kind of a good thing, you
Right.
know?
You pay all 18 years.
No, I paid like 9 years.
Well, so after when she turned 18, they still want their arrears, right?
Well, I'm up to date
Oh,
on
you up to
everything.
date.
I'm up to
Salute to
date.
you, bruh.
I made
Salute to
sure.
you.
Thank you, man. Yeah, I've heard some horror stories. Like I had one of my good friends. He owed $86,000 in back child
He
support.
was incarcerated before?
No.
Wow.
He I guess he went a little wild. Like he quit his job right when they hit him. But the thing is, they still go back for it. Like they're, oh, you decided to quit your job because you don't want to pay child support. They're like, we're still going to tax you on what you were making when you were at your job.
Yeah, but that's some bullshit
But
in itself right there.
I agree, man. I agree. But yeah, in the beginning, the child support system's pretty good. What they did was they took me in, and for them to be able to garnish my wages, I had to be behind. So what they did was we had our first child support court, our first date or
Right.
whatever. We went in, they were like, oh, we'll come back in 3 months. We got to figure stuff out. I was like, cool, whatever. At the time, I thought I was gonna be paying like 400 or 500, which wasn't, with that at the time, it was a little much for
Right.
me. But we came back and they're like, okay, cool. You owe from the 3 month from the first court date. So now you're backed up. So now we're gonna garnish your wages, regardless of if you're paying or not. We're just gonna garnish
Oh,
your wages.
wow.
And we're gonna start taking it out your check. So I was like 1,800 behind on those first 3 months, which they started charging me 600. They started taking what, 300 a check. At the time, I had just started my job, so I mean, they got me for the most that they could.
So,
And then,
no, go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
and then, so then after that, they were charging interest for that 1,800.
Right.
So they were just taking the money. I wasn't paying extra. I was like, whatever, I'll pay it at the end, whatever it is. Got in a car accident. Next thing you know, they're like, oh, we see you're getting a little check. We're going to take our cut, which you owe from behind, and then you can keep paying. So that leveled me out, which was good.
Wait, so you
About,
saying you got a lawsuit?
yeah, I got in a car accident.
Right, to hear that.
I'd gotten in a car
And they
accident.
took
Yeah.
how much of the lawsuit?
I think I got like 2,700 out of that check, out of that accident. which it wasn't much. It was just like, just to pay for the car and stuff like
Right.
that. And I guess the couple years that it takes. So they took the 1,800. I only ended up with like 900 after that, which I wasn't mad. I was like, you know what? I'm leveled. I don't owe anything. They're gonna stop charging me interest, because by that time I think I owed like 2,200.
Well, you looked at it on a positive note.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta. I like. I was like, it's going towards my daughter, so it's hopefully it's being used
Well,
for
actually, that
those
didn't. That
purposes.
just went to the state because you owed them.
No, actually, I asked her. I was like, "Hey, are you getting this money?" And she only got the 1,800 I owed her. The interest went to the state.
Oh,
So whatever I owed in interest.
what was she ever on social services?
I think she was on Medicaid for a little
Okay.
bit.
Oh, so you really didn't owe the government too much, far as you know how sometimes these women they're on social services and because of them you owe thousands.
Yes,
But that's
yes.
not this situation.
No, not this
Okay,
one.
well, wow, that was good.
Yeah, I got super lucky, man. But to me, the money really wasn't the
Right.
issue,
It's
right? Like
about seeing your
at the time,
child.
exactly. At the time, after we had gotten divorced, I was what, 30, 29. Ended up moving back in with my mom's, helping her out. Luckily, she helped me level out too. When we when we got divorced, I was in about $18,000 worth of debt,
Mm,
and that was like credit cards and stuff like that. At the time, her credit wasn't too good, so I was the one paying for everything. I was the one pulling out the credit cards. I was the one paying for the furniture, the TVs, and any little thing she would use the credit card. And we were making minimum payments at the time.
right.
I ended up getting divorced. Since everything was under my name, I got stuck with it. So as I moved in with my mom, I used that time to like get myself out of debt, help like basically bring myself back up to zero. I was at my mom's house for a good 3-4 years. And then I ended up moving out like after the 5-year mark, somewhere around there.
Well, that's good you
Got a
had
little
that
apart.
option.
Yeah, man. Yeah. If it wasn't for that, I don't know where I'd be at right now. I had a good support. I had my mom backing me.
Back to or
And then
just
that time,
allowing you to be able to come there until you get your shit situated.
allow me to get my shit
Right.
situated,
See,
basically. Like she let me move
I
in.
point that out because that's how it was with my mom later in life also with me going back to her spot. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily she's doing it out of the kindness of her heart. She's just doing
Yeah.
it because I'm gonna give her a couple of dollars for the room and she can use the money.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I was giving her what, 600 a month, just to, help her. She's retired
Right,
now. So like I was helping her out. Um, and she was helping me out.
right.
If I would have anywhere else in California you're living, you're paying what, 12? Now it's like 1,800, 2,000 for a studio.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so she was helping me out with that, which was really helpful. Uh, and at the time I was seeing my daughter, like I said, I was getting her from like 8 to 8 on the weekends and Saturday and
That was
Sunday.
court ordered
Court order. Yes, sir. Court
for
order. Yes. Yeah. Well, it was Wednesdays and Thursdays and a Saturday. So like I had to have supervised visits because I apparently she thought I was a threat or something, or I wasn't stable.
And how was that experience?
Oh man, it was horrible, man. Like
Who's
I
supervising you?
can't I my mom said my mom was a supervisor.
So she was in agreement for your mom to supervise the visits.
Yes.
Her and your
Yes.
mom have a good relationship or had?
They had. When she had gotten pregnant, her parents kicked her out.
Okay.
We were young. We were like 19, 20,
Okay.
So then once they kicked her out, my mom allowed us to stay at her house basically almost free of charge at that time. Then we were living with my mom for like 3 years, and then we got a little money together, moved out, try to get our own spot. That way we could get it. We have our own freedom. Lived together for like 5 years. And then after that, that's when, shit hit the fan. Go for it.
You guys weren't together or you were together?
No, no, we weren't together. When the pandemic hit, I was already doing my visits. So then she tried to take me back to court to basically kill all that and take my visits
Okay.
away and like kind of shorten them down to like just Wednesday,
And what
Thursday.
was her reasoning?
That I wasn't stable, that I was still living at my mom's house. And basically like I wasn't fit to be around my kid at the time. She said
That's the
basically because like,
narrative she
money
tried to
stuff.
paint.
Luckily at that time, that judge, which was the first time we'd seen that judge, it was a female judge. I forget her name, but it was a female judge. And they asked her like, so when is he supposed to see his child? She's already like growing up. Like later on when she gets older, she's just going to want to be around her friends. So they start, kind of veering off into, they want to be with their friends. And the judge was like, nah, you know what? She did kill my, actually, she still gave me Wednesdays just to pick her up from school.
Wait, just to
And
pick her
be
up and
with
drop
her.
her off?
No, pick her up and have her till like about 8 o'clock. So that basically, that arrangement was still the same. But then I got overnights on the weekend. So from Saturday to Sunday, I would have her overnight. And it was a lot better. Like,
So that's 2 nights?
that's one night, just one night. So Saturday night to Sunday. And then I would take her back Sunday.
And that was due to your work schedule?
That was due to what the judge said. Like I was trying to get her from Friday to Sunday, but they kind of cut that off just because like, I guess, so her religion, they do something on Fridays, which she kind of slid that in there. And I didn't have a lawyer at the time. She had a lawyer.
Oh,
So
shit.
the lawyer came in and yeah, exactly, man. The lawyer came in and the thing is, I was young, right? I hadn't been through that before. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have the money for a lawyer.
Right.
So the lawyer went in there and did what she did. And she only cut it down to Saturday, Sunday, which was a lot
No,
better.
Wednesday,
Just because
Sunday, Saturday, right?
so Wednesday from when she got out of school, and then I would drop her off at 8 o'clock.
Oh, you mean for the
on Wednesday
overnight
night.
while you were saying, okay.
Yes. And then I would pick her up again on Saturday morning, have her till Sunday at 8 o'clock. And then that was it. That was like my little arrangement for a while. I was planning on, increasing all that time as like time went on, right?
Right.
And I think it was only going on for like about a year that I got her for the overnights.
Right.
And then COVID hit.
Okay.
So COVID kind of changed the dynamic to where like, oh, everybody shut down. We can't really be around people, which I understood. I was thinking like, man, 2 weeks, I'll be all right. Everything will be chill. And next thing you know, you lived it, right? You went through the pandemic. So
Well,
it's
I was an
stretched
essential
out.
worker,
And I'm
so I
trying.
still was out, but I hear you.
Oh yeah, me too. I was still
Right.
working, but the whole thing with my daughter, it was like texting, I would be texting her, hey, what's up? And little by little, it took longer for her to reply those texts, and then one day, if you have an iPhone and you text another phone, like if you text a Samsung, you get a green dot, but you get a delivery.
Right.
And she had an iPhone, I had an iPhone, and I remember I texted her one day and the bubble went green and I'm like, what happened? So it turns out she had blocked me on her phone. Like my daughter blocked me.
You think it was actually her?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, cause I've been trying here and there to try to contact her, try to hit her up. And she's told me some stuff that, I'm not going to lie to you, made me cry a little bit, brought a tear to the eye, but it's one of those things where like, I understand she's young, like easy to kind of manipulate, I guess you could say. And it's her mom, right? Like every kid's going to go for their mom. Every kid's always going to go under their mom. especially like a girl that's growing up and she's with her mom all the time.
Would you say her mom guilty of weaponizing her?
Yeah, I would say that. Everything that happens between adults, right, should stay between the
Exactly.
adults. But my daughter found out a couple of things that I never told her. I never said anything that happened between me and her mom. I kept it on the hush. You know, I was like, that's not reason. There's no reason for her to be worried with that type of stuff. You
Exactly.
know, nothing. I don't want her to think it's her fault. And the separation between me and her mom, I will say, like, I take full responsibility for that, right? But at the same time, as I told you in the previous things that happened before, it was one of those situations where I was like, I'm either gonna stay with her mom and end up in jail, or I'm gonna distance myself and keep my freedom and actually be a part of my daughter's life some way, somehow.
Exactly. And it's sad that that's the decision that a lot of men have to make nowadays.
Yes, it is, man. Yes, it is. I was naive, right? I thought I was like, oh man, it's not gonna affect me like it does other people. And plus I never really looked into it or really bothered to worry about like, hey, what are men going through, stuff like that, until it started happening to
Right.
me, right? And that's when I really started digging into stuff and started really finding out like what men are going through,
Right.
right? I mean, some like my girlfriend now, she has a daughter, and the crazy part is, right, like I'm I'm jealous of her baby daddy, right? Like she never tried to keep the daughter away from him. It was actually like she was trying to like, hey, come pick up your daughter. Hey, come see your
Right.
kid. Hey, come see your kid. And I'm like, man, if I had that type of action, we'd both be straight. If everyone was an adult, the kids wouldn't have to worry about it, right? Like,
Situation to be better also if that applied. But you just got these women
yeah,
out and they want well, our situation is similar with the child being weaponized. I mean, and the
yeah, man,
alienation.
yeah. Um, so the whole COVID thing happened. Like I said, then she cut me off,
Completely.
uh, completely. Like I'm talking about, I've tried to hit her up. I've tried to text her. I've tried to like really get in contact with her. I'd send her stuff on her birthday, Christmas, little holidays here and there, and everything gets returned to sender. So everything gets sent back to me.
So would you say your only option right now, if you wanted to go through with it, is to proceed through the courts?
Not anymore. Now that she's 18,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
she has,
Right.
yeah, now that
Oh,
she's
you
18,
ready
she
to, well, I ain't gonna say you ready to wash your hands with this, but it's basically it is
child
what it
support.
is.
Yeah, at this point, man, like all I could do is kind of wait and hopefully she gets exposed to a little bit of something and she starts understanding that like I'm not the bad guy, right? I'm here trying to have a relationship with my kid. Like it's hard because in her mind, she thinks I don't care about her. She thinks I don't love her. Um, she thinks that I abandoned her when in reality, I'm the one trying to have a relationship with her, even if it just starts through a text. Um, that's where just open the door for me a little bit, you know, give me some type of leeway here where we just start chatting. Doesn't have to be every day. Could be once a day, could be once a week, whatever it is that you feel, whatever it is that she would feel comfortable with. But I'm just trying to open up that line of communication with her.
Right. Um, would you say her and her mom have a good relationship?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they do. Like, I have a feeling that she lets my daughter get away with
Eh,
stuff that
right.
I wouldn't allow,
Exactly.
right?
Most of
And
them
I'm pretty
do.
sure it's just a yeah, man. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's just to like kind of keep her around and not like get her mad at her where she's gonna be like, you know what, I want to go with my dad, or you know what, this and that. I was a little more stricter just because like I'm a man and I know
You
men
have to be.
exactly. So then I'm trying to protect my daughter from stuff that shouldn't be happening. She shouldn't be doing, but her being a woman, I'm pretty sure she's a little more lenient on things that she allows her to do.
Right.
Like this whole social media stuff that's going on and all this stuff that they could post out there. The stuff that I've seen that I would not allow my daughter to post that type of stuff on anything.
Right.
I would have shut that shit down the moment I saw it. You know
Yeah.
what? No social media for you, none of that. But it's little things that I've seen here and there that I'm just like, I can't believe. I don't know if she knows, but there's things that I've seen on her accounts where I'm just like, what are you letting her do? Like, you're putting this stuff out there for the millions. Like, the internet's forever. People don't understand. Some people don't understand
She
that,
don't know you seen it?
but I don't think she does. She might have an idea, but I don't think she knows how much I really know,
Right.
And it's one of those situations, man. Like, I don't know if you have a daughter, you have boys, girls.
Well, I have a daughter.
Yeah. So what it is
Yeah.
with
Right.
I'm trying to protect her from stuff that she basically has no idea about,
As fathers, that's what we have to do. That's what we're programmed to do.
So yeah, man, like I feel like she almost coached her on some of the things she said to me. Cause it's one of those things like, I'm not saying she's not a smart girl. I'm pretty sure, from the looks of it, she graduated high school. She's doing everything she needs to do, but I don't think she's mature enough to really understand what boys her age and what we were up to back in the day, what everybody's up to nowadays. You know what I mean? It's even worse now, I feel like, than it was back then.
Right.
So I tried, I try to be part of it. I try to be part of her life, but like I said, she has her and her husband out there. I'm pretty sure they were smutting up my name when they were talking to her, telling her whatever it was. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know that I'm out there paying fucking $1,100 and $1,200 a month in child support. But I'm pretty sure she's gonna find out at the end of this month when everything ends, when the money gets cut off, and she's gonna realize, like, man, he was like, I'm pretty sure that $1,200 hit that they're gonna take is gonna affect them.
Right. And the
So
whole
it's
time it been coming from you and she probably ain't even know it.
exactly. It's kind of hard not to like be nosy, but when she got her first check, her first little child support check, she went out there just like all these other women do, bought a brand new car. Like, and I'm not talking about not some little cheap car. She went out and bought like a nice little SUV. I'm pretty sure those payments were like $600-700 a
Well,
month.
she looking at it like your money coming in, so it don't matter.
Exactly, man. Exactly. So then, she had taken, so in the beginning, I was paying 600 and I got my little raises here and there. I moved up at work. And then she took me back again right before she got married. She took me right back, and that's when they increased it to the like it's like 1158.
Mm.
At the time, I was living in an apartment paying $2,400 a month, which is a lot of money, and they raised it up, and I was back to where like I felt like I was drowning, man. I was barely staying up. Bills were barely getting paid. Credit cards were falling back a little bit, but I got blessed again. Moved up at work again and got a little bit of breathing room after that.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, to me, the hustle at the time, like, I didn't hustle when I was younger, which I regret. But now that I'm older, now that I start understanding things and I start really understanding the value of a dollar, that's when my gears turned and I was like, you know what? I started realizing from I don't know if you ever seen I don't know, is it cool if I say a podcast on here?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched Fresh and Fit.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And there's some stuff that I don't agree with that they say, But there are some stuff where they talk about being a man,
Right.
right? And it's like nobody out here is gonna feel sorry for you at the end of the day. We don't have the same opportunities that women do, as in like this support, this like the help from the course to help you pay certain things, them giving you this little like out that you could get a lawyer. They give you free lawyers and
Right.
stuff like that. And instead of feeling sorry for myself, I was like, only thing I can do is better myself as a man, keep grinding, and build myself up to where this isn't gonna affect me.
Right. That's real shit, bruh.
Yeah, man.
Far as your situation now, you are about to be 18. The child
She is 18.
is 18.
She is 18.
About to stop. And you hope that within the near future, she reaches out to you because you done did all the reaching out. You've been trying and trying to no avail. Am I correct?
That's correct, man. That's correct. I'm not gonna
Right.
stop.
Oh,
I'm still gonna,
okay.
I'm still gonna try here and there, but it's the part that I don't think she understands is when I get rejected by my own daughter, that I tried to be the dad that I didn't have,
Right.
which, I'm like I said, I'm trying to change that cycle regardless of when it happens. Hopefully sooner than later, but I won't ever stop trying.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say, from here, it's one of those situations where like only time will tell what happens,
I got you. And more power to you. Any final
Appreciate
thoughts
it.
for the viewers or anything else you want to share before we get out of here?
I just want to let these young men out here know that that are still young, still haven't been through it. Do your homework, man. Make sure you understand the woman you're getting with, the woman you're laying down with, who you're having kids with. Cause from one day to the next, either I got lucky. I avoided jail time over that type of stuff. I pulled back when I did, and it almost tore me apart, man. It almost, like, everything I've been building up wouldn't be here right now if I would have been in those situations. If I would have caught a felony case over domestic violence, anything like that, it would have changed my whole career path. Because the job I'm in right now, I would have been let go ASAP the moment they found out I had a felony.
Right. So you hear that, fellas?
So
You got to keep your cool, no matter how hard these women try to force your hand. Just like Mike's situation, he was put in a couple of times with the woman putting her hands on him. And because he stayed strong and didn't allow his emotions to get the best of him, it hasn't affected him in a negative manner. So always keep that in mind, and don't let these women knock you off your pedestal and force you to do some shit that you'll eventually regret in the future.
yeah.
All right. All right. Shout out to my guy, Mike from California, residing in Texas. We wish you the best of luck, Mike.
Appreciate it.
We could do a part 2 in the future. See if you and her made contact and see how the relationship going.
That sounds good.
All right, my guy. Well, I really appreciate you coming on Unapologetically Him podcast. And it's Anthony McLeon, and we signing off. Peace.